Welcome to NTN Nightly. I am Janelle Norvell. This edition's top stories. The Ministry of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security continues efforts in fighting crime. The Department of Education says the holistic well-being of students must be taken into consideration. And the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College holds its 34th graduation ceremony virtually. The government of St. Lucia is making significant strides in fighting crime. Minister of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security, Senator Honorable Hermangill Francis, explained that a number of high-profile cases have been solved. He indicated that this is due to a number of actions that have been taken by the government. The minister noted that the forensic lab has been upgraded and DNA testing is soon to be added to its services. Officers from the Scenes of Crime unit will be stationed at the forensic lab so as to strengthen the coordination between the two entities.
As a government, we have given the police the additional tools of having the CCTV mounted up. There are a number of those cameras that are going to be placed in different parts of the island as we put in the additional cameras. We have looked at the welfare of the police officers. When we came in, the police officers were demotivated. They were housed in substandard accommodation, and we did in fact make sure that we took care of the welfare of our police officers. We presently have a security insurance policy for police officers to the tune of almost $400,000. If one police officer were to lose his life in a line of duty, then his family will be compensated. We have also looked at the structure of the police force, and only last couple of weeks we had promotions, and further there will be promotions for the senior ranks of the police force.
Due to the COVID-19 pandemic and in an effort to ensure justice is not delayed, the Ministry of Home Affairs, Justice and National Security has had to innovate the manner in which cases are being heard.
Presently, because of the COVID situation, we cannot have face-to-face court sessions, and so now all court sessions are done virtually. It is a new system, and all of us are getting accustomed with that system. We are purchasing the necessary equipment so that we can place it in all police stations at Borderley and the different courthouses, so that can work. We are now looking at the jury system. Because of the protocols now in place for COVID, it is almost impossible to have trials by jury. So we are now moving very quickly to attempt to have trials by judge only. The discussion is ongoing with the Bar Association, the opposition, the lawyers, the DPP's office, and the AG's office. And soon a document will be taken to Cabinet to endorse trials by judges.
Minister for Home Affairs, Justice and National Security, Senator Honorable Hermangill Francis. The Ministry of Health and Wellness on Sunday, January 24, 2021, received confirmation from the Caribbean Public Health Agency, CARPHA, of 5 cases of the SARS-CoV-2 British variant diagnosed in country. The United Kingdom Public Health Agency reported the variant of SARS-CoV on December 14, 2020. However, the identified strain had been in circulation from September 20, 2020 within the United Kingdom. The risk of importation into the Caribbean and rest of the world was rated as high due to incoming travel from the United Kingdom and Europe. Chief Medical Officer in the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Dr. Sharon Belmar-George, speaking at a press conference held last Wednesday, noted that at least 6 new variants of COVID-19 have emerged.
COVID-19 is not behaving any different to viruses. Viruses are simple organisms. They are known to mutate frequently. So this is not unusual. Just as we see influenza mutates every year we need a new influenza vaccine. It's a similar case that's happening with COVID-19, where it mutates, it changes, and some of the characteristics of the virus also changed. So in December, we were alerted, the world was alerted on this new variant. What they noted on the variant, and let me also indicate that They also made it clear that this variant was circulating from September. So it was a lot of months when this variant was already, it already existed. So what the analysis indicated, this most likely is already everywhere. We were alerted in December, but it was already everywhere since September. So that's like 4 months that it was, the countries were open. So the likelihood, the risk of it being in other countries was very high, and some countries quickly started testing and noted that they did have it in circulation.
The cases confirmed in St. Lucia consisted of 2 British nationals who were diagnosed on December 17 and December 23, 2020, and 3 St. Lucia nationals from the Dennery, Miku, and Babono districts who were diagnosed in December 2020. All 5 cases have since made a full recovery from the COVID-19 virus. Studies conducted in the United Kingdom on the new variant of the virus suggest that it increases the rate at which the virus spreads. Dr. Belma George explained.
Of significance of this variant that they noted was the fact that the transmissibility was high, 70% more. So that is when, for example, we would note with one person getting COVID, we get 1 or 2 cases. If it is easier to be transmitted, it means for every 1 case, we expect to see more persons developing the illness. What the research is showing to date is that the form of the disease is not more severe. That is, it is affecting people the same way. So the death rate is not more. The signs and symptoms are not more severe. It is not killing people more. People are not suffering more with it. The only change that they have noted at this point in the research is that it is transmitted faster.
The chief medical officer noted that there is no evidence at this point of more severe cases associated with the new variant or it reducing the effectiveness of the COVID-19 vaccine. While a PCR test is able to detect the virus, a gene sequencing test is needed to detect the new variant. The region, however, does not have the capacity to do the gene testing to detect the variant.
CARFA indicated that they will accept samples when we get positive tests with very high viral loads. They gave the countries an allocation that we can send, and it has to meet a certain condition for it to be sent over to them so that they can test. CARFA facilitates the countries. CARFA is not able to do the gene sequencing, and they outsource it on behalf of countries. So there is a delay in countries getting the results.
CARFA is the regional reference lab with the capacity to perform gene sequencing for the region and does gene sequencing for the variant for all its member states. It has allowed countries to send an allocation of 10 samples per week, which meet the requirements for gene sequencing. The process of gene sequencing has a turnaround time of 3 to 4 weeks. The government of St. Lucia has launched a national competition aimed at getting St. Lucians to heed the message of wearing a mask as the nation combats the COVID-19. Details in this report.
Prime Minister Honorable Alan Chastney has issued a rallying call to all St. Lucians amid the most trying time for the nation. The Office of the Prime Minister has launched the Mask On Challenge COVID edition. The national competition is geared toward not only stimulating creative interest in mask designing, but importantly, getting St. Lucians to wear masks in the fight against COVID-19. The wearing of masks, the World Health Organization advises, protects against respiratory droplets from someone when they talk, cough, or sneeze. These droplets expel into the air and evaporate into fine particles that may linger. The mask traps these droplets before they can evaporate.
In fighting COVID, it's the singularly most important thing because we know that it works.
The Mask On Challenge coincides with the observance of the island's 42nd independence anniversary. Honorable Chastney says the nation is at a critical crossroad with the pandemic shaping a new reality for St. Lucia, and as such, every St. Lucian must join the national effort to ensure the island emerges better than before. The theme for this year's independence is a resilient nation, we can, we will.
And I think the same way that we raise a flag is the same way we must understand that this independence, we must wear a mask. So from people who do it because they love their mother or they love their siblings or they love somebody who is not so well in their own household and they're doing it to protect them. But most importantly, we do it because we love our country. And, you know, COVID has taken away all the things that we love.
Wearing masks along with hand sanitizing and physical distancing are simple measures proven to protect against the coronavirus. And the message is heightening in St. Lucia. There has been tremendous response to the Mask On Challenge, with scores submitting TikTok videos. Details on the Mask Challenge can be found at maskonchallenge_SLU. From the Government Information Service, Lucia Joseph reporting.
This is NTN Nightly. When we come back, the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College holds its 34th graduation ceremony virtually.
A habit of daily caring for the teeth, tongue and gums not only improves your oral health, it also helps maintain a healthy body. Here's how. Be sure to wash your hands and your food before eating. Rinse your mouth thoroughly after every meal and after brushing your teeth. Floss at least once a day before you brush your teeth along the lines of your teeth. Brush at least twice a day, including before bedtime. Ensure you cover the entire tooth surface. Avoid sticky and sugary foods, including candy, as well as carbonated drinks, as they increase your chances of getting cavities. Consume lots of water, fruits and vegetables daily. Wait at least 15 minutes after having acidic food and drink, such as citrus fruits and soft drinks, before brushing your teeth. This prevents damage to your teeth's enamel. Visit your dentist twice yearly. For further information, call the Dental Services Unit of the Ministry of Health and Wellness at 468-5314.
Welcome back. Schools across the island have been closed since the 22nd of January 2021, operating exclusively via online multimedia platforms as part of measures instituted to curtail the spread of the coronavirus in country. Chief Education Officer in the Department of Education, Innovation and Gender Relations, Dr. Fiona Philip Meyer, is reminding members of the public to follow the protocols and keep St. Lucia safe.
We're just coming to you as a Department of Education, looking at school supervision and wanting to join with the Department of Health in reiterating the significance of following the protocols, the significance of being vigilant, regardless of who we are. So this is an appeal to our teachers, our students, our parents, the wider community, that we are reminded constantly to do the right thing to help our nation. And so this appeal comes because we appreciate that everything that happens in the nation impacts education, impacts our children. And so we continue to say, parents, be vigilant, parents, be observant.
The Chief Education Officer adds that while the students continue their learning remotely, given the current situation, attention must be given to the students' holistic well-being.
We want to speak to also the mental well-being of our children. Inasmuch as our adults may have had several opportunities to engage with social activities, our students, for the most part, have not had that opportunity. So as we speak about mental well-being, it is important that we observe our children, we note what's happening with them, we listen to them. And as we continue as a department to really enforce the protocols within the limited face-to-face interactions that we have, we encourage those online likewise to be doing the right thing, to be following their classrooms and to really do their best so that this time is not wasted, but it really accounts for not only academic attainment, but more the well-being of all of our children, staff, and the wider community.
Chief Education Officer Dr. Fiona Philip Meyer. Hundreds of students usually descend on the campus of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College to participate in the graduation ceremony. However, this time around, the unprecedented prevailed due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the college held its class of 2020 graduation ceremony virtually. This year's graduation ceremony was held under the theme Rewarding Resilience, Pivoting Through the Adversities of 2020. Dr. Keith Nurse is the principal of the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College.
At the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College, we have a long tradition of facilitating engaging educational achievement, and you are testimony to that. We are very proud, particularly with your success this year, given the unprecedented circumstances relating to the global pandemic and the ways in which it has impacted upon the educational experience. We know that you've been, in effect, the guinea pigs for digital education at the college, that you have become very familiar with Moodle and with digital classrooms and the like. And for that, we are really grateful for the ways in which you have exhibited resilience. And that's why we chose the theme of Rewarding Resilience for this year's graduation ceremony. You are our champions, and we are very proud of you.
Prime Minister the Honorable Alan Chastanet congratulated the graduates, encouraging them to take advantage of every opportunity afforded to them. Highlighting the COVID-19 pandemic, the Prime Minister noted that a silver lining exists.
So I want to say to you that think of it as a new world. Google, as an example, have now made the decision that all the workers who are working at home will remain working at home even after COVID. What does that say? That says that we are now entering into an era where we can say jobs are becoming borderless. The idea that you can work for Amazon or work for Google or work for some of the major companies in the world being based here in St. Lucia. The benefit of being with your family, but now having a job that is a global job. It's not just foreigners coming to our country to be able to benefit from the beautiful island. Now you, because of what's happening in technology, new doors are being opened. So be inspired. Take advantage of this opportunity. COVID will go away. And hopefully the many not so good memories of COVID will be distant memories. But the opportunities that it's created will be for us with our lifetime. Congratulations to all of you.
Krista Sentage, who is a graduate of the CAPE program offered by the college, was selected by her peers as valedictorian of the class of 2020.
Remember, in life we go through both victories and defeats, and our choices are in fact ours to decide. Above all, know that in order to win, you need to give yourself the benefit of the doubt and try. When you do fail, and you will, take your L, but make sure that it stands for lesson. Cheesy, I know. Uncertainty, unpredictability, change. Those all sound scary. But this will not be the last time that you will come across warnings of the unforeseeable nature of life. COVID-19 will not be the only plot twist to sweep you off your feet in the most violent of manners. But among the many coping mechanisms that you seek, encounter, and enforce to maneuver through life's instability, I come offering one of my own. Audacity. A-U-D-A-C-I-T-Y. Audacity. Noun. A willingness to take bold risks. Synonyms: boldness, daring, fearlessness, bravery, courage, valor, grit, confidence, spirit, moxie, balls. In the wake of life's unavoidable uncertainty, have audacity.
The 34th graduation ceremony was held virtually on Sunday, January 31, 2021. The Ministry of Health and Wellness informs members of the public and residents of Dennery North and environs that the reopening of the Reach for Wellness Center, which was scheduled for Monday, February 1, 2021, as previously indicated, has been rescheduled to Monday, February 8, 2021. This is in an effort to facilitate the completion of electrical works. In the interim, the Dennery Hospital will continue to provide support for healthcare services. The Ministry of Health and Wellness thanks the general public, especially those from the affected areas, for their continued cooperation and apologizes for any inconveniences caused. The Department of Home Affairs and National Security would like to inform the general public that the Citizenship Unit is closed effective Thursday, January 28, 2021 for 2 weeks. The department will undertake every measure to ensure a clean and safe environment is provided to the staff and public and remains operational weekly from Monday to Friday during the hours of 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Members of the public are asked to contact the office via telephone number 468-3600 for inquiries. The Department of Home Affairs and National Security, similar to other government departments, has been enforcing all COVID-19 protocols, including adherence to hand sanitizing, wearing of face masks, physical distancing, and the use of e-platforms to communicate with staff and the public. That brings us to the end of NTN Nightly. Join us next time at 7 p.m. with a repeat at 7 a.m. You can also catch up with us anytime on the St. Lucia Government Facebook page or YouTube channel. I am Janelle Norville.